I'm trying to connect to your audio like always, so then I'll be able to hear you. It's okay though. We're just getting warmed up. I was in the process of booking a guest for next week already, so.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. He's alive, folks.
Sorry about that.
I said he's alive. He's alive,
I'm
folks.
alive.
Yeah, you're alive. Screaming Sam's not dead in our world anyway. So yeah. What's going on, man? Another fine week here, and doing another good episode here.
Yeah, I had a few people booked tonight, but they said they couldn't get on the Zoom.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, the one kid said he's definitely on next week. Wildman Vince, he was on my show. And the water boy, his name's Dean, he's going to be on next week too, I think.
Okay.
So that should work out pretty good.
Well, that's fine. I mean, how about your brother? What was his? What's on with him?
He said he wanted to pay for Zoom. He said that I sent him a link
to
try to get him on. So we'll see if he
yeah, because I seen that he was promoting it anyway, promote our episode tonight. So
yeah, he wants to be on it, you know what I mean?
Sure. I don't understand why they would make him pay for it, because that doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, we're live anyway, so I mean it doesn't matter. But it's
I honestly think you don't know what he's doing. He's on a wrong.
Isn't it fun to explain technology to people that don't have a clue about it? You know?
I was on TV with Pauly Shore on Zoom,
and
I downloaded it for that show. So that's 2 years ago. I had it in my phone. You know what I mean? I got it still.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But we are going to have some. We're going to have some guests next week. I've been putting it out there. If you have Zoom, they could come on. You know,
anybody that has a talent, anybody that has a talent, as far as like, we want people. We don't just want the average Joe from the street. We want you if you're funny, but if you have a talent, if you're good at something, or if you've done something that's an accomplishment in the entertainment industry that people know of, you know, because we want some people too that have accomplished a lot of shit, you know, in their life. I feel like that would be a positive to the show, and I feel that would intrigue more listeners and followers and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
Other than just two guys talking about whatever, drinking coffee or Mountain Dew or whatever.
Well, that's what took me so long.
Oh,
my wife went away this weekend, and not only do I have to do all the stuff around the house, I had to cut grass today, I had to do this today, and then I'm running late. I'm like, damn it. You know, but I don't like to be late. I'm usually not late.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm usually right on time.
You're fine. Well, I got us a guest for next week already. His name is Brad Wilson. He's been in the music industry for a very long time, probably 30, 40 years. He's from California. He used to play stuff on the Strip, music on the Sunset Strip, and like that's where he got or got known anyway back in the day. But he still plays blues music, and he's still making music as we speak.
Right.
I'll give you some info after the show, so you can get yourself a little prepared for him for next week. He'll come on, and I'll send him a link. And we were talking kind of back and forth a little bit, just to because he's been on my show before, just like you have. And I know a lot of people probably feel like, well, Frankie, why do you get these guests that have been on before? Why don't you get somebody new? Well, because most of the time, if you get somebody you have on, they're probably going to say yes, rather than try to ask somebody different, and you don't know if they're going to say yes or no. It's
I will challenge people that we never had on the show, or you never had on the show before. I mean, we will challenge them. I don't give a shit.
Well, of course. I mean, I'm not afraid to invite new people. It's just that
I got comedian friends like crazy. I could put, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just that we're growing. We're just today is the first day of the seed. We got seeded a little bit.
Right.
If that makes sense, I guess. I don't know. We're getting watered anyway.
Right. This is new for us, folks. So,
That's
I mean,
right.
we've both been in it for years. I mean, I've been on internet TV, radio, even did some commercials and infomercials, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you know, I get nervous all the time coming on a show, you know, doing shows, but you have years of experience, and we got a lot of experience in the radio and radio and TV stuff.
Oh,
Internet
absolutely.
TV.
Absolutely. And that's just the
No.
same. But what's cool about this is just the fact that now you and I are doing something together. It's like we're combining our worlds together and we're accomplishing something that, well, I mean, we never thought we'd probably ever do something where we team up together. But I'm so glad that you said yes to this, because it's like I've been doing a lot of thinking over the last week since the first episode, and you know, there is so much we can do. You know, there's the world's the limit, the sky's the limit. I mean, it's just like, you know, I'm lost for words sometimes because I get a little nervous and I talk too fast and everything sometimes when I speak. But it's like I have creative idea, and I'm sure you know you'll have something eventually too. I mean, regardless. I mean, you got people coming in. You got your brother. I was very happy to chat with your brother about having him come in, because you know you guys seem to be like, you know, pretty much each other's friend for life. You know,
we're tight.
Yeah.
Well, another thing you got to understand, well, my brother was in the wrestling industry. I was his manager for that. He collects knives. Like he got over maybe 2,000-3,000 knives that he collects. Sure. He loves that. He can show us some of his knives. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But, yeah, hold on. So I have
oh,
that's okay. Never mind.
Sam is pondering now. He's wondering what he's going to do next.
I have another friend of mine's name's John Lutz. He's a comedian.
Uh-huh.
We're going to get him on the show too. I tagged him in our thing.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah, he's a comedian. He does movies and stuff.
Okay. So,
yeah, he's a cool dude.
Oh.
He does a Batman. He has his own Batman. He looks like he doesn't look like, but he does all kind of characters. He's funny.
Oh, well, that sounds exciting. Well, we got a few people that are listening or watching on Facebook. I did try to promote it as much as I could. We got from people. Well, I got some people that are tuned in. I don't know if anybody that knows you can say, hey, if you're in the chat, to say, hey, Frankie, or hey, Sam, or if you know both of us, you know, that way we know.
In the chat. Don't be afraid to write something down. I mean, we don't care if you stay on. You can get the fuck off if you want.
Yeah, that's
just
right.
Let us know you were here.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Because we're going to say hi to Tony Brennan Jr. and Sarah Hefner and Justin Lenz. They're people that I know, at least from my area. And
we're probably all your people on there. I don't know.
They are, but I suppose I didn't even tag you. I should probably tag you. I just was posting our live. So as soon as you told me that you needed a few extra minutes, I was just like, oh, perfect. And I can just kind of get things all organized and get us all ready to go. And, you know,
right.
So I'll tag you here so that people your audience.
Yeah, I've been tagging too, so
I've been putting it on the
internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Don't be afraid, man. If you got Zoom, come in on the show. Tell us what you do, what you like to do. I mean, just come chat with us, man.
At what time did you say that your brother? I mean, do you know if he said a certain time or that he was going to be coming in at all, or?
No, but I could text him while we're on the phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just tell him that we want within the if you could do it within the next half an hour or so or hour. You know, right. That way we know he's going to come in, so we be prepared for it at least.
Right.
Anyway, let's see. And I'm just tagging some people here just to.
Matter of fact, I was ready to text him. He texted me first with a bunch of question marks. So, can you send him a link?
Yeah, I can. Sure. I can
Facebook?
do that. Absolutely. Let me just do something real quick here. Sorry there, folks. We're trying to figure out.
I can see you guys. He's on right now.
What's up there, dude? I'll send you a link here in just a sec here. So you can come on in and say hello. Because I'm thinking that maybe, I mean, if your brother has, you know, lots of time on Sundays, and if he's not doing anything, maybe You know, if he wants to be a part of the panel, you know, he's more than welcome to. I'm just trying to recruit as many good people. We don't want to have too many, but I mean, we want to have solid people that we know will be here all the time, you know. Or if somebody gets sick, you know, that maybe we can carry the torch and say, hey, we're going to host the show today, and you know, if somebody's like, if one of us is not able to make it or something, you know, just so we can keep it going, you know. Did you ever have that happen at all when you were doing your show, or were you always there all the time?
I was there. Well, I think one time I took off and they did the show, and a lot of people didn't like the show. I mean, we had some, you know, people bitching about it.
Oh, of course,
saying no good or anything, but they said it wasn't the same without Screaming Sam. But you know, shit happens. I mean, I was in I was doing a little thing in North Carolina, and you know, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. So, well, I'm sure they just had to adjust to the flavor of the show, you know, when it was.
I called into the show though.
Sure, just to check in, just to make sure nobody's fucking it up, right? Yeah, don't be fucking it up now, kids. All right, Anthony, I sent you the link there on your page that you just your current page that you're online on. So whenever you see that, you just go ahead and give me or come on in. I'll accept your invite there. Anyway,
my brother's not computer, you know.
Oh, so I'm just speaking too much technical term or whatever. I did tag you in the live video stream just in case if you decide you want to share that around to your people or whatever.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Perfect. So well, let's just get started. You know, we're here. We don't really need to introduce ourselves again. People know who we are. If you watched the last video, hey, it was great. You know, YouTube. I put it on YouTube, you know, within 24 hours of doing the show, and I figured, well, let's you know, see what people think. And although it didn't get a whole lot of feedback as far as like comments or anything like that on video, but I did get some compliments, you know, online, like as far as Facebook anyway. Let me know that they enjoyed our back and forth anyway.
So, oh, that's good.
I don't know. Did you
have to watch me sometimes? Sometimes I because I'm old and I got dementia. No, sometimes.
Dementia sounds like a thing for like tacos or whatever. Is that what you eat with tacos? Like avocado?
Yeah.
So what's your week been like then? What have you been up to since the last episode?
Just working around the house and doing things and getting shit done. And you know, I mean, since I ain't been doing gigs anymore, I mean, I'm bored. I mean, I'm about ready to get out there and do it, but I want to go do it on my own. You know what I mean? I want to do the comedy. I'm writing bits of, you know, for me to use. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But I talked to a few people about the beard thing. You know what I mean? Because I said, you know, I'm afraid people expect to see Sam Kinison, which it's not advertised as Sam Kinison.
No,
we're Renegade Radio.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, consider me the David Letterman comeback.
That's right. Yeah, because he has a beard, and that thing keeps growing, and nobody really. I mean, people comment about it, but they accept it. So it's like, you know, no big deal.
Right. It's just who I am now. I mean, I just, you know, but I'll show people what I used to look like here. I mean, believe it or not, that was me.
And you could swear up and down that's not you, that's Sam Kinison, but it is you. Yeah.
It's me.
That's how weird that is, folks, I tell you. Even when I first figured that out, you know, from back in the day, that this is what he used to do. And I'm just like, it's just ironic how things just work out, you know.
But unfortunately, you're not going to see me. I'm not going to shave for.
You don't have to shave.
I know, but people, and I asked a few friends of mine about the show and what they thought about it. They said, well, the problem is my old shows, I did what I did as Screaming Sam. So this is a new chapter in my life. Sure. So it's not going to be, you know, we could talk about Sam Kinison all the time. You know, I like to plug Bill's, you know, at the end of the show, plug Bill's preaching according to Kinison.
Sure.
You know, but this is about me. You know, this is Screaming Sam, John Screaming Sam. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, you want to hire me for Santa Claus this year? I'll be there for you.
No, I totally understand. I totally get it, because it's like, you said yourself too that you wanted to do a podcast or wanted to kind of have like a little comeback, but maybe do something different. It's like, the whole Sam Kinison thing is great, and that's what I like about the fact that you and I have connected as we have, and we're trying to connect with the audience.
Anthony just texted me. He's on Zoom.
Okay. So all he has to do is click on the link, or they might require him to sign in maybe, or like write a code number or something. But if he's never been in before,
Right.
just kind of keep track of what he's doing, and if you can help him out, kind of figure out.
I'll send him a link again. I mean,
well, the link is fine, but sometimes they require, if you've never like signed in before or never had Zoom before, just to verify who you are, they make you put in a code, and then they have you write your name and blah 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 blah, and then you get invited. It's kind of a messed up deal. It should just be a simple come in and that's it.
Well, yeah, you just told him, so hopefully he's listening.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he's coming on, because I was going to have to talk shit on him, and he'd really be mad at me.
Well, see, what I'm interested in about, because there's a lot of stuff we could talk about as far as each of our childhoods and stuff like that, but I'm really interested in your childhood, especially through the words of your brother, who I've never talked to before, other than now today or whatever, other than when we were talking on Facebook, where actually you'll talk one-on-one or together anyway. And I want to hear what it's like for two guys who've had each other's backs forever, who lived life to each other, what life was like in your early days, like being kids, and what you do and what you like to do and all that good stuff. Maybe you've shown those stories before.
A lot of cool shit we did. I mean, I don't want to really talk about it until he gets on, because it looks like he's going to be on tonight.
Yep.
So
that's fine. That's why I didn't really I didn't promote him right away yet, because I just said we may have some new panel maybe added.
But if he likes it, we can make him a part of the show for now. Because I tell you what, my brother's nationally funny.
Well, I want to see you guys go back and forth and whatever, just kind of start roast each other and everything.
But he may not do it, because I said, don't get me too bad, because that's the problem. My brother, he thinks he's funnier than me, and he cuts me down to no end. And I told him, I says, don't be doing that to me, Mother Hunter.
Well, I think people will get a kick out of whatever you guys talk about. I mean, it's just, but I really, I told him, and said, talk about your childhood, talk about life growing up with John or Screaming Sam, and just kind of, and then you talk about too, about what it was like growing up with him, and maybe talk about what you liked about each other, maybe what you don't like about each other, those things that you wish you could go back and do all over again, just simple stuff. Pretend like I'm just like, or the audience is like or pretend you released a book or something or whatever, and you're doing like a little TED talk or something.
Which the guy next week, Dean, he goes by Michael Hayden. He wrote books. He wrote a couple books.
Oh,
so he's got some stuff interesting to talk about too. Remember I told you he's the one that does news, and he's not very funny.
You said Waterboard, but I didn't know who you said his name was Dean, and now his name is Michael now. So it's like this Dean is.
Well, no, his name's Dean.
His
name's Dean, but he's such a pervert because his book is called The Deal with God.
Oh, geez.
So he goes under Michael Hayden. No.
Oh, okay.
It's a good dude. It's a good
dude. I'm sure it'll be fun. And if these guys are able to come around Labor Day weekend, when we have our guest Brad Wilson with us, oh man, I can imagine it's going to be a huge episode for next week for Labor Day.
Yep.
The day that we honor women everywhere who give birth.
Right.
Is that what Labor Day is supposed to be about, or am I wrong? I would say that every year, and people laugh. Some people just get cringe about it. But
Sean, I used to be so crazy in the radio, my TV show, that I used to do this. I used to do a prank on people. I'd be like, wait, let me, it's 1 second.
Yep. All right.
He says he needs an ID number.
Yeah, here, let me give that to him here.
But
sure.
I used to get people, and I'd be real quiet, and I'd be like, listen, folks, this is family entertainment now. I want to get your kids and bring them into the room because this is educational. You know what I mean? I just want to. I want everybody to get in a room, and then all of a sudden I go, "Fuck you!" and fucking give the camera the finger. Dude, I got fucking the hate mail on that shit. I had people that actually brought their kids in the fucking room.
That's funny. That is funny.
Why would you do that, though? Screaming Sam Kinison show. I mean,
oh yeah.
You deserve that one. Yeah, they deserve that one.
Okay, let's see.
He sent a link to my brother. Folks, my brother Tony. We're trying to get him on here right now, and there should be a lot of fun with him. If you know him, he's a handful.
Yeah. Let's see.
He don't know how to work the computer. He's fucking an idiot. What the fuck he's doing? Because I think he was adopted in the family. And I think he's just a weirdo. I don't know.
Oh, he's your brother. I mean, that's the thing about it when it comes to like family. Like, my brother and I are different. We're unique, but we have a lot in common. But the thing is, the guy is a freaking giant. Like I'm not a tall person. He's a tall person. And
like my brother.
Is he taller than you?
Oh yeah, he's big. He used to be a wrestler. He'll talk about all that.
Yeah, and as soon as I saw the pictures, and I've seen these pictures before since I've known you for quite a while online and whatever.
Yeah.
God, Rick Steiner look-alike, I tell you.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, your brother.
Just like him.
Oh, absolutely. Did he ever get
just like him?
Ever get to meet Rick Steiner at all and be like, I live my life in honor of you, in Jesus' name, I tell you.
He has a couple of Rick Steiner statues in his fucking office.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Because it looks just like him. I mean, it's a dead ringer.
Dog-faced gremlin, man, I tell you. And now
so
Rick
you have
Steiner.
Sam Kinison and fucking.
Rick Steiner. That's an odd couple. That's an odd crew.
It was. But
yeah,
my brother and I, we did a lot of crazy shit together. We had fun,
I suppose when you were being his manager, I'm sure that was pretty unique. Just the experience alone, and maybe for you because you never got I don't think you wrestled at all, but like you kind of be a manager type. And I don't know, were you inspired by anybody that you watched at all? Did you watch wrestling much when you were doing these things? Or
the thing is, I never wrestled, but they put me in the ring a few times, or maybe one time. When I'm thinking about, and you can ask my brother this. My brother and I, we had a plan to go. I was gonna forget about him and go to the other team. Now, I mind you, we had a full house with young kids, okay, who loved my brother. So when I got on the stage, I used to carry my brother out with a chain around his neck. Hey, Dan, what's up, Dan? And I walked him around the thing and I was yanking his chain. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? So we get in the fucking ring and I took one of our pictures we have together. And I went, I'm tired of hanging with the loser. I'm going to hang with the heroes. And I ripped our picture up. These kids start throwing shit at me, spitting on me. They were calling me a fat motherfucker. These are little kids. You fat motherfucker, kicking me. And then I got in the ring at the end and I was going to put my brother down. He ended up putting me and the other guy, both of us down. That was the best time ever in my life as far as helping my brother out with wrestling.
Oh, geez.
It was the best. I mean, you had to be there. It was so. And then we forgot all about that. And about a month later, we're at another wrestling thing, probably a couple miles away from there. And I'm walking my brother into the ring, and they're going, "Oh my God, they're back together!" Meanwhile, we forgot all about we did that.
Yeah, I suppose indie wrestling. I mean, there's no story really, so it's just like whatever. You work for whatever promotion you work for, I guess.
I'm telling you, they get into the rest. People get into wrestling so much that it's unbelievable. I mean,
well, as we speak tonight, if you're a fan of AEW wrestling, and I'll be watching the pay-per-view as soon as we get done with this podcast, but they did a big event in London at Wembley Stadium where over 80,000 true diehard British wrestling fans.
Really?
Yeah, that was earlier today because of the
We
time
got
change and everything.
We got to talk about the wrestler who passed away too. What's his name?
Well, there's two of them. There was
Yeah, two of them passed away.
Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, aka Wyndham Rotunda. Because you remember Mike Rotunda, he was IRS back in the day.
Right.
You know, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, well, when your brother pops up here, we'll talk wrestling and everything because he probably knows a lot of facts and stuff. And that's cool though that you got to be a part of that though. I mean, that whole experience because that's something that I would love to be part of.
One of the best experiences I ever had.
Yeah.
You know, when I had my tow truck company in Pittsburgh, I passed out all my towing shirts to the wrestlers, and they actually wore them in a ring and shit. Which is, I thought that was the highlight of the fucking night. You know what I mean? Sure. One dude's leaving on his Harley, fucking with the John Lutz towing shirt on the back. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy.
Good way to get your stuff promoted. Anyway, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely promoted me.
That's for sure. That's awesome. See, I always thought if I was in the wrestling business, like I would either make a good color commentator. I can't wrestle worth shit. I always thought I could back in the day. Of course, when you're young, you think you can do anything. But you know, right now I'm too old, and I'm not old, but like I just not not in shape, you know, and I just don't think I do as good, you know, in that profession. But I would be a good commentator or a good referee or maybe even a good manager. That's it. Or ring announcer.
About 11 years ago, I was involved in my own boxing team. It was called Jill Lauren's Boxing Page with Screaming Sam. Oh. And we had a professional wrestler that was the announcer.
Uh-huh.
And then he interacted with me. And then we had Wild Man Vince running like around the ring. You know what I mean? Interviewing.
Uh-huh.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
You know what I mean? So that was a fun time too. That was a great time. Sure. We did once a week, and then we had a movie. There's a movie out about it.
Jeez.
You know, yeah.
Well, so that sounds like a good time though. I mean, like I said, you know, wrestling, boxing, whatever. And there's nothing like a live crowd. I'm sure you're experiencing a live crowd for things. You know, it's like when they show up, they show up. You know?
Right.
That is for sure.
My brother was such an entertainer, you wouldn't believe it. And I'll tell you another thing, Sean, or Frankie, some other guy, Sean. The motherfucker, I got him to go on stage to do comedy, and he killed it. He had his first paying gig probably a week after he did his first time on stage. And I'm like, what the fuck? I said, I never got paid yet. I've been doing this for 10 years.
That's crazy.
Everyone thinks I made money doing the Sam Kinison thing, and because I got all this shit I own. I did all that in Pittsburgh when I had 10 businesses, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Me and my wife had a bunch of businesses. We made a lot of money back in the day. So doing the Sam thing, I just did that for mostly fun. You know what I mean? We try to get sponsors, but Wild Man Vince ruined all the sponsors.
Oh, geez.
Hold on a second. My brother just texted me.
Yeah, he wanted to know about his audio. He said he can't hear us at all.
And he has to press the audio button.
Yes. Sometimes it'll do it automatically, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna do a little shout out to some of the people who liked our live page who are watching us right now. We got our, let's see, there's Dan O'Keefe, Ron Dunn, John Sanzaleski, Adam Rybakowski, Brent Fuller, James Popenhagen, your brother, Russ Anderson, Austin Bunsrud, Bill Fortune, Darren Foss, and of course next week's guest, Brad Wilson. They all gave us a like on our page. So
Dan O'Keefe, my brother Tony. I don't have many people on there. My buddy Roy's watching the show. A lot of people watch the show, but they don't, they don't type in here.
Yeah. Well,
is there any way? Is my brother is he linked in on us?
Well, he should be. I mean, I've been kind of communicating with him back and forth. So, Anthony, if you can hear us or whatnot, you can click on the link or just come on in whenever you're ready. I'll add you to our group call. We're waiting on you, man.
And the best part, he thinks he's funnier than me, but he really isn't.
Oh, we'll find out now, I tell you.
He said he can't get on. Oh my God. You're a fucking idiot.
Let's see. I'll see if I can help. Just entertain the crowd, everybody, or there's Sam. Just let them know more about what's going on in your world.
I got to ask one of my guests, Dan O'Keefe. Who's funnier, Dan, me or Tony? That's all I want to ask. You can type it in right now. So, tell me who's funnier.
He said John's a funny guy. My brother
can see this because a lot of people like the family. If they're with me, they'll tell me I'm funnier. They're with him, they tell him he's funnier. They don't want. And Dan O'Keefe said, I am the funny one.
That's right. That's right. He just said that. Because I can see the live chat, and the live chats are working pretty good. So
yeah,
I can see you guys now. But yeah, it just seems like you're having trouble there, Nancy. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. I can hear you, but I can't. John is funnier. Okay. Isn't that kind of nice to hear though when somebody says you're funnier?
Yeah.
It'd just be nice to put everybody to the test and just go balls to the wall and just see, how much each other can handle. How far of a roast, each of one can see how far that goes. You know how roasts go. You've seen enough roasts, I'm sure, back in the day, and even kind of they got something going on currently too, like when Comedy Central would do stuff. But like back in the day, a roast was like a thing of just telling somebody, I like you, but I'm going to make fun of you, but I love you, so I'm going to roast you. Doesn't mean I hate you, just means, there's a code. When I first heard about the word roasting, I thought, why are they talking about cooking food all the time? What the hell does that have to do? Of course, I'm a, typical fat ass, so it's like, that's what we think about all the time.
You ever watch a Dean Martin's roast?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All the legends of Hollywood.
I thought you meant the new ones. I don't like the new ones.
No, I'm talking about the old legends of Hollywood. The most of them aren't even around anymore. But it's like they would roast, like Red Fox would roast somebody. They do it in honor of him or whatever, and it's just hilarious. It's hilarious.
Hey, look what I got for the show, man. Next week.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's cool. I
can't hear them. I didn't hook them up because I didn't download them.
Okay.
So they're for next week.
Oh, sure. Well, I'm sure Brad will enlighten us with some of his music and stuff. Oh yeah, I definitely want him and you to meet, because I tell you what, I think that's it's a different combination, because you're you from what you've done in your life, but then he's a musician. And then Sam was kind of a musician too, or tried to be, and it's like,
right.
I mean, did you ever have to play Wild Thing when you were performing at all, like on the guitar?
I did Wild Thing a few times. I did. You never see my Wild Thing on the internet?
I don't think I ever have. I was listening to your podcast and stuff on your site.
I got a CD out. I got a CD out with Wild Thing. Are You Lonesome Tonight? And there's another song on there that somebody wrote for me. It's an old song. About the war and stuff, about the president. But he can't get on the show. I don't know what my brother's doing.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I can't, I'm not here to. Maybe next time we'll just have to have him come over to your house or whatever, or you come to his house.
It's 2 hours away from me. That's a problem.
Oh, of course, I find a solution. Oh, there's a problem. No problem. We can't fix it.
Growing up, we liked, I want to say some of this, but me and him used to try to do Cheech and Chong growing up.
Oh.
We loved Cheech and Chong growing up. So we used to always perform in front of the family, which should have made us famous right there. We should have stuck with it. And, so we both were looking for jobs one time, and he got this job at the cemetery. And I got a job at this tow truck company, and we both stayed at our jobs forever. He was there 40-some years. And I was there 20-some years, but I got caught by the cops, and they put me in jail and stuff like that for illegal gambling business, because my boss owned a gambling business, the tow truck business, the bar business.
Was he part of the mafia? Did he whack people at all? Did you whack people?
If I would have been early today.
Yeah. Ah, there you go.
With my name, with my picture.
Oh, that's official, man.
That's I was expecting to really go on tonight and look good.
Yeah, well, you do, man.
Don't work. It's just a prop, folks. It's just a prop.
Oh, that's fine. But it's still amazing to, nice microphone stand. That's pretty professional.
I want to say hi to my cousin who's on it, Robert Sanilio. See, it's starting. They're coming on. They're my friends. My people are coming on now.
I figured they would. And it's like half and half. It seems like.
I gotta ask Robert now. Who's funnier, Robert, me or Tony? Because Robert don't lie. Have you guys ever had like a comedy off at all? Like one person goes on stage and does some jokes, and then he goes on stage and does some jokes, and then here's what we do. Usually we're around a campfire having fun with the family. We cut each other down, and we're so fast at it. Like you'd die because we just sit there and cut each other down like a mother hunter. But I'm always funnier, of course. He steals my jokes. See, he's getting real mad I'm saying this shit because that'll make him want to come on the show. Because I think he's being a pussy. If I could get more people to say on here, I'm funnier than Tony, and then he'll be on the show. He'll be on.
And if we can't get him on this week, then he can come on next week and try it again. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Just try to get him on. I wish he could tell me what the problem is. I did ask him, and he just won't respond back, though. So I don't know. Right. But it is what it is. I mean, whatever. I mean, this is only the second episode. I mean, it's not like we're in 100 episodes deep in or whatever yet. So
right.
We're still learning. We're learning all this stuff, even though we're professionals and everything. Whatever. Or we look like professionals.
Yeah. We try, right?
Yeah,
we try.
Yeah, we try.
We are legends, remember?
Well, you maybe. I was a legend, but that's only my own
Renegade legend.
Yeah, and you figure we'd be badass. Well, you own a motorcycle. I don't own a motorcycle. I'm the whole Renegade thing. I wasn't even sure how I was going to make the poster. It just kind of came to me, and I'm just like, come on, we got to do Renegade Radio, because Raj Fox did Renegade Radio for a station, and it was very professional how they used to do stuff. He would do stuff like morning shows and afternoon drives, and people would listen to the stuff that he's done. He originally was from Baltimore, Maryland, so I don't know how he got to Arizona, years later, but that's another story for another time. But
right.
I mean, his stuff is great. And maybe what we'll do, just to pass the time, because I wanted to show you this option here. And I don't know if you were able to hear me or not, if I do this at all, but I'm going to share my sound. I figured out the audio for the computer here that I can, share audio. Can you still hear me that I shared?
Okay, I hear you so far.
Okay. I'm going to hit share audio. Okay. So I'm sharing now whatever you see on the screen. Okay. Now here I figured out how to share like I was trying to do this first song as like an intro for us. So we have like a song introduction.
Right.
You tell me if you can hear it at all while we're still talking to each other.
Okay, good.
It's a Prince song.
I can hear it.
Yeah, coming really clear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How about everybody else? Is everybody else
listening?
Right here, it's all from my computer. I figured out how to do the audio.
Let me scream.
I'm glad it's working. Yeah. I was all nervous at first.
They can hear it.
Cool.
See, we're getting professional, folks. We're getting professional.
I'm just trying some stuff out here real quick. Okay. All right, I'll turn that off. What I'm going to do, just to keep us entertained, so people can actually, because a lot of people probably don't know who I'm talking about when I say Ron Fox and who he was and whatever, but he was like your modern day shock jock, but he was very funny. I mean, I always thought he was funny, and we connected very well. We did shows together, just like how we're doing right now. We could have probably did a longer podcast, back in the day, but there was so much a lot of other stuff going on, and he was literally making a business out of what he was doing professionally. And he had a side job working for Saturn and stuff at the time, but he was a tall dude, and he just somebody who I always had respect for and always loved.
Right.
And the one thing that I always enjoyed, like to show you, if I can figure out, there's something here that he did. Yeah, maybe I can. Right here. Let's see.
Intermediate, something like
there we go.
Hey.
All right.
I'll show you a couple things. Can you hear that too?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Can you see the video too at all, or is it showing you anything?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
No, I can see video.
Okay, cool. I kind of put a little compilation together a long time ago.
Oh, so anyway, like I was saying, you shouldn't eat these because first of all, you got one fat kid on the box, and then you got this Chinese girl. She's like, "Oh, these are good cookies." Oh. But you don't want to do that. All right. So again, do not eat Girl Scout cookies. All right. I try to teach you things for your health. On your nutrition. Don't eat these. Why? Because I will.
I like
Hey everybody, it's Raj Fox here, and there's no show tonight, so I'm going to cut this back a little bit. There's no show, but somebody said, "Hey Raj, can you do some of those tongue twisters?" Now, the basic ones like rubber baby buggy bumpers or she sells seashells by the seashore, I slid a sheet, I slid upon the slitted sheet, I sit. That's basic stuff, like the old days of Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Well, that is all basic stuff. You want to step up to something a little more intermediate, something like a skunk sat on a stump. The stump thought the skunk stunk, the skunk thought the stump stunk. Or if you like something even better than that, you can say, "I pluck mother pheasants. I'm a very pleasant mother pheasant plucker." But the one that I have the most fun with is one sock cutter, he cut socks, two sock cutters both cut socks, three sock cutters, they all cut socks, or one smart fellow, he felt smart, two smart fellows both felt smart, three smart fellows, they all felt smart. But if you really want to get crazy, you can say something like around the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran, or the old one, like I said, a skunk sat on a stump, the stump thought the skunk stunk, the skunk thought the stump stunk. But if you really want to piss somebody off, have them say, "Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. So Betty bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. But the better butter Betty bought made the bitter butter the better butter." But she liked Fabio, Harlequin novels. Is he gay? I don't know. I can't believe it's not butter. So when you can talk like that, you have mastered the tongue. You step up with Raj Fox, you say, "Hey Raj, I want to get up on the big porch with you, buddy, up here with the kings of the tongue. Betty bought some butter, one smart fella, he felt smart, around the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. She sells seashells on stick ham." We'll see you next time. All right? All right, my tongue needs a rest.
Just to kind of give you a little example of what he was all about and everything. I don't want to overdo it or whatever, but I just figured just to share that a little bit. But I'm glad that the audio was clear and everything. It was perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, good. Everybody else?
I can wait to my headphones.
Yeah.
Everybody else hear that all right?
Yeah, see that okay? The legendary Ray Petty, aka Raj Fox with 3 X's. Yeah. No, he was just always a fun person to be around. Can you do tongue twisters at all?
Peter Pecker had a piper. No, Peter Piper had a pecker.
What? He pecked his pecker? I tell you. Some people got it,
Yeah, sorry, folks, that my brother can't make it on this week.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of disappointing, but I guess you're just gonna have to coach him on how to log in, like step by step. Can you get him on your phone at all? Can you just call him up on a video call?
Yeah. Hold on, okay.
We can try to do that too, maybe. Coach him along.
Let's see here.
So that could probably work.
Let me know if you can hear this.
Sure.
What's up, Bad Dog? You hear him okay?
Yeah, I hear him. He's a little low, but I can hear him.
No, we're on a radio show, you stupid fuck.
I'm supposed to get on. It's ridiculous.
That's what your wife said last night.
You're right.
Plus, you're breaking up. No wonder you can't get on Zoom. We can't hear a word you say.
Yeah, he probably has bad connection.
You can't hear. You can't hear because you hear me.
You keep breaking up.
You keep breaking up. You're like a rap record kind of. Yeah, I figured. Well, we want to try to help you how to get connected,
Yeah,
but I don't know what your problem. We gotta figure out what your problem
It's
is.
so hard to get on because when Danny O'Keefe said you were funnier than me, he's gay.
Wow. So, Anthony, what's the problem? Why can't you get on at all? Did you hear me at all?
They should have called you Screaming Ham instead of Screaming Sam.
Hey, he's asking you a question, Tony.
Hello.
Hello. I'm wondering, like, what?
Joining in, you know what? I hear my own voice.
Oh, you
Okay.
can't hear him?
No. Tell him to say something.
He's been. Hold on, you're
I
talking
have,
over.
I have
Ken.
been. We
Hold on.
talk. We like to talk over each other.
All right.
What's the problem then, Anthony? Why can't you get on?
Did you hear that, Tone?
No, I can't hear him.
Oh, well then.
I know, man. I can't believe. You know what? I think my iPhone can't get on Zoom. Because I had it and it says waiting, and it wouldn't connect.
It should though. I mean,
Yeah, you just don't know what you're doing.
I can try to send you the link again, and you can try again. But you know, I've sent the link again to you.
Go
So.
by weight, and I'm not as fat as you do.
Well, it's hard to do it this way because.
See, I wish I could send pictures. I'd send some of my wrestling pictures, but there's no pictures frame on when you talk.
Well, no, the thing is, if you could get online, if you could get on with us, you could show pictures of your knives, whatever you want to show. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice ones. I got a German one. It's cool as hell.
Oh yeah.
You can tell him that I resent the link to him. So.
I got a sore neck. I'm so aggravated not being able to get on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, especially when people say I'm funnier than you. I love it. I'm gonna keep slamming that tonight. Okay. Bye.
Hugs and kisses, I guess.
Keep breaking up, dude. Bye.
Yeah. Hugs and kisses.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, Tony said you're a pussy.
Oh, jeez. I did resend him the link, so all he has to do is click on it, and hopefully it could get him back in. But we'll give him a little more time, and if you don't come in within the next like 15-20 minutes, then we'll end the episode for today.
Yeah. We'll have a full show next week, I guarantee.
Oh, I really want everybody to show up, and if they're having issues, it's good for us to. Like, I'm home all week, well, up until Thursday. Then I go.
Right.
Then I have my things that I do. So if anybody has any issues with getting connected or whatever, have them come to me or get a hold of me, and I'll try to help them. You know, the best that I can, because that's probably what we should have done in the first place after last week's episode. Just kind of let everybody know we'll be around tomorrow. Whatever you need help, let us know, because then I get everybody connected.
Right.
Because we can do testing and stuff. We don't have to be live all the time, obviously. This is just for the show for now.
Right.
But anyway, I see the little sneak peek now of what it's like, you know, what you guys hang around. I can just only imagine. That's just a small.
You can't find that wow thing with me. You know where you go? Go under Sam Lutz. It's under the video.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll check it out. I just have never seen it. I've never seen it.
You could play a little clip.
Sure. There, we'll do that.
I look exactly like Sam Kinison in that picture, in that video.
Let me see. Let me find your deal here, your profile, and then I will.
What the hell is Pussy Control by Prince? I never even heard of that.
Pussy Control. I don't know. That song America was a Prince song. So
oh, was it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. He knew that, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a very nice rendition of an old classic. It's like doing like America, America, like America the Beautiful, almost like.
Right.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it here, and then I will.
Well, folks, if he finds it, we're going to play a little clip of Wild Thing. When I was in Miami at the porn convention, and I was hanging out with Ron Jeremy and all the fucking strippers and porn stars and fucking spanking the asses. Oh, and this, my friends, is the paddle that I used to spank asses with.
Oh, jeez.
So if you're a chick and wants your butt smacked, I'm your man.
The man
right
with
live
the
on the show.
The man with the plan.
I'm the man.
Okay, so now where do I? Okay, it's on your. Is it on your? You said Sam Lutz or John Lutz?
Sam Lutz.
Okay, is it 3 minutes and 33 seconds?
Yeah, you don't have to play all. Just play a little bit. That's all.
Okay, let me do this here then.
But folks, we're setting up right now the Wild Thing.
Yeah.
What's wrong? We might play some of my clips. There's a lot of clips on there with Bert Kreischer. I can get Bert Kreischer on the phone too. Remember the comedian Bert?
Yeah.
He's going to be big time now.
He has a movie out already. The Machine.
Right. He also, a friend of mine said he ever listened to a radio show and he had mentioned me on a radio show. Screaming Sam.
Oh, wow.
Which I thought was cool.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I told you you had friends. I mean, you obviously know that you have friends, obviously, but just people that
once
are in the
we
industry.
start getting the hang of things, and once I start, we start getting people on the show, I'll be promoting the shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not me.
Yeah, I know. That's Bill Murray from Ghostbusters.
Shit. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
Now, folks, this is me seeming Wild Thing. Just a little piece.
I think you moved me. I want to know for sure. Every time I kiss your dick, stuck my hand for lunch. You're lying on fake one triple trips. I think I love you.
Good?
Yeah, that's good for I think. There we go. Awesome. I don't want to play too much of it because it seems like those women were really getting into each other.
Yeah, well, no, they don't get naked.
Oh no, but it's just the way they were like, they were like close to each other. I don't want to say
that's the best part. That's the best part, Frankie.
Oh, I'm sure it is. But Facebook will probably differ with that. They'll be like, we got to ban these guys already, just because of what we're showing or whatnot.
I'll tell you, Screaming Sam had the best times of his life.
Yeah, and you definitely had the voice with the screams, I sound just like Sam.
Right. I was I'm going to tell you something that's a little funny. I play bingo on Wednesday nights now. Okay.
Yep.
Don't laugh, motherfucker. And anyway,
it's fine.
But it's at a VFW. Now, years ago, when I was doing my Sam thing, we went into this VFW once, right, with my manager and everything, and the place was packed with old people, and they had a band up there playing some old fucking music. I mean, old fucking music. So I talked to the band, and I says, would you let me go up there and sing Wild Thing with you guys? And they're like, you serious? And I said, yeah. So I went up there, and I grabbed the guitar, and I started jamming with them, and we were doing Wild Thing. The fucking place emptied out 10 minutes. I emptied the crowd. So here, the guy who manages the fucking VFW come up and he goes, you do me a favor. I swear, he goes, can you come every night around this time so you get rid of these motherfuckers? He said, they never want to leave. You know, the old folks, oh my God, we were laughing so hard. They got up and all walked out, every single old person. You never seen walkers move so fast in their lives.
That is funny. That is funny.
Oh yeah,
funny.
We had a blast, dude. I did so many gigs, it's unbelievable that really had a good time.
Oh, that's good.
Pittsburgh was one of my favorite places to do gigs because I knew everybody.
Yeah, and they started to get to know you as well, and they, you know, they knew you're a cool dude, so they're to support you.
I did my bar a few times, local bars. You know, we did the Funny Bone, and man, I'll tell you what, just I can't complain about my life, Frankie. I just a lot of fun.
No, that's good.
The people that really know me and have been to my shows knows how much fun I really had.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
I have to say that I'm the #1 fucking tribute artist for Sam Kinison ever. Not now though, but ever.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe it. That's why, you know, when I asked you to do this, you know, I'm just like, you know, you seem like the perfect guy to be a co-host with. You know, just because you have that instant reaction, and just, you know, with everything that you've done and things that I've done too. I mean, we've all done things that have made us happy and had some type of success one way or another. But to put our minds together and see what type of shit we can come up with, I mean, hey, you know, I think at the end of the day, we'll be very happy with what we've accomplished.
Oh yeah.
So.
Hey,
yeah.
did you not that I like to talk politics, but did you see that mugshot of Trump? I love it.
Yeah, you shared that. I saw that. A lot of people were sharing that. I thought it was like a CGI, but no, that's really how he looks. So it's like,
dude, that was the shit, man. That was the shit. That's the shit, man.
That's the humor you're talking about. What's he gonna do next?
Right in everybody's ass.
Yeah.
That picture. Because look at that picture. It's all over the internet, everywhere.
Yeah. And I've seen people
do friends of mine.
I see people doing parodies of it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I have friends of mine on Facebook that hate Trump, but they know me. A couple people did block me from Facebook, which I don't really care. But the people that like my friends that don't like Trump, they still respect me, and we don't fight over that. You know what I mean? Yeah. We have fun about it, but we don't fight over it. You know what I mean?
Sure. That's right.
I know Dan O'Keefe is the biggest Trump guy ever. And my buddy Gary Quickle goes to his fucking, you know, when he does his speeches. In Ohio, my buddy Gary goes to all of them. He wants me to go. I says, only if I bring a wheelchair. I said, I can't fucking walk standing through that crowd.
That's funny.
You know?
Yeah, but you would definitely be one of those guys to make a statement, though. I mean, if Trump saw you and saw that's, you know, because didn't Sam Kinison know Donald Trump back in the day, or did he not? Or am I thinking somebody else?
He died in 1992, so Trump wasn't really.
Trump was around though, but I mean, he was just kind of
right.
Did he ever do stuff in Atlantic City or anything like that, or Trump Plaza? Or no, I'm talking Sam, like when he did his shows.
He did stuff in Atlantic City, but I never did that with Trump.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, there's someone put a picture out with Trump screaming. It looks like Sam. They put Sam next to Trump, and it's like a fucking, the way the scream is, dead ringer.
They could do Trump doing a Sam Kinison and back to school.
Yeah.
Say it. Say
it, Trump, say it. I'll tell you one thing. I can't even think anymore because but I love Trump. I mean, a lot of people hate him. My family's all Democrats. They can't stand Trump. But I also listen to a lot of Democrats who are saying they hate Joe Biden. Joe Biden don't have a chance this time. Because
let's hope and pray.
But what they're telling me is they won't vote for Trump, but they won't vote for Biden either. So whoever goes up against Biden or Trump has most of the Democrat win.
I'm hoping it's somebody like young that's actually, has a little charisma like Trump, but kind of just. I believe we need some young blood. And and I've said this before. I have nothing against people that are old and doing stuff, but it's time for most of these old people to say goodbye. I mean, enough is enough. We need young blood. Isn't that what we thought the future was supposed to be like in the first place?
I agree.
And it really hasn't.
I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm not saying I could do their job, but I think I would, if I decided that I could run and participate in some type of political thing, if I really gave a crap about it, I'd probably do okay. But I don't like those tides to turn, when you're a political person. You have to kiss someone's ass, and I'm not an ass kisser. This is who I am. I'm trying to be as authentic and original as I can be. And I don't want to kiss anybody's ass, even any job I've ever had or anything.
That's like Christian people. I mean, listen, I'm Christian and stuff. I was born and raised a Catholic. I'm a Christian guy, but the only way I'll listen to go to church or anything, I listen to Bill Kinnison every week.
Sure.
Because I believe some of these Christian people who go to churches are they're just hypocrites. They're hypocrites all the way.
Absolutely.
Like I have a son that's gay, and I love my son. I don't give a shit if he's gay or not. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. I asked this guy the other day, do you think God knows our destiny before we were born? He goes, yep. I said, seriously? He goes, yep. I said, what about gay people? Oh, no, that's a choice on them. They're going to hell, and they ain't going to go to heaven. And believe me, that's a hypocrite to me. Then a guy tells me, well, I thought I was gay one time, and I loved this one kid, and my dad beat the shit out of me and straightened me out. I says, that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah.
It's like,
it's a new world nowadays.
I have nothing against. Yeah. Like my shows, we did shit about gay people and everything about, we went crazy about it. But when I found out about my son, I turned that all around, because I don't care if you ever say fag or gay or this and that, because my son's friend tells me fucking gay jokes all the time. He's gay too. But, I don't care. I don't care what people are anymore. I mean, it's just 2000, black and whites together, gay people. This is 2000. We're never going to get rid of this. You know what I mean? And this has been around forever, but just wasn't out in the open.
Oh, trust me, I know some gay people too in my area,
Right.
And they're some of the best people in the world. I mean, honestly, and I don't care if they think I'm just saying this just because they're watching or whatever. I've known them for a long time. In fact, one of them was an old best friend of mine from back in the day. So, and I'm just like, hey, I appreciate you because you appreciate me. We appreciate each other.
Well, I'm going to use one of my buddy's jokes right now. He says, everybody should have a gay friend because you never know when you need a blowjob.
That's right.
PJ. That's my buddy, PJ Williams. Funniest kid around, man.
Well, that old saying, $20 is $20, right, dude?
That's what I'm saying. I joke about it, but I mean, I know when to limit it. You know what I'm saying? But for this guy to go to church, it's a couple people who go to church are ones that are against gay people, against this, against that. Meanwhile, the one lady got a daughter who sleeps around, and she's a swinger. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. I mean, is that a fucking sin? I mean,
wow, you would think that it would be.
Mary, she was a whore, but
there's a lot more evil in this world that I would be more concerned about than if a guy is gay or if a girl's gay or whatever. I'd be more concerned about the murder or homicides or raping and all that stuff. That is more sick to me than anything else.
Right. Let me tell you some people. The climate change that they're talking about. This shit is going on in the world with the hot, with the cold, with the tornadoes, with this. This has been going on for thousands of years. They just didn't have the fucking know-how to get it around.
Sure.
This is not any different than what back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll say, well, we haven't had a hurricane like this for 100 years. Yeah, back 100 years ago, we didn't have the TV to put it out there.
That's right.
So it's been around forever. There ain't no climate change. It's stupid motherfuckers that want to pitch in. How can the United States be the only place that changes climate change and save the world? We ain't going to do it because nobody else does it. No one gives a fuck. They just want your fucking money. Okay, enough about politics. But you know what I'm saying?
You had a pretty good rant there. You should have just stuck with it a little bit.
My brother said Screaming Sam's gay.
Hey, Screaming Sam probably. Hey, he did. Everybody needs a old job once in a while. I mean, and and that's just the thing. I mean, and then there you go, folks. My point exactly about what I was saying about Screaming Sam. He's a fun guy to hang out with, and I'm sure with everything that's going on, even in his personal life, he doesn't let that bother him. He's a cool dude. He's a family guy. We can't judge a book by its cover. Because I had a couple of people that asked me earlier this week about why you hang out with a guy like that's into all that stuff, or like that looks like he's like he's too old, like he should grow up or whatever.
That's what I say.
And I defended you, basically just telling them, and this was in person. Somebody came up to me that was watching the podcast, and I was just like, well, because this guy is well educated, this guy is smart. At least I think he's smart.
Grade, thank you.
But he's a success story. Okay, that's why I want to hang out with him, and because I can learn from him, and we can learn from each other, and that's why I associate. So that's
when I had my show, I had a producer cameraman that used to follow me around, and what we did is I have tapes that need edited, that we interviewed everybody that I knew in Pittsburgh. We talked about my tow truck company, and it was like a biography, like how would you say, autobiography?
Yeah, something like that, probably. Yeah.
That we were starting, and I have tapes and tapes and tapes about me with my friends. We did interviews at the bar. We did interviews at my shop.
Sure.
We did interviews here, and I don't have anybody to take these tapes and do something for me, because then you would understand more. You can write a movie about me, because first of all, folks, to do what I do, to be a tribute artist, a lot of people didn't accept that. A lot of people don't accept that. They think that I'm a hacker, that I'm stealing someone's shit. And it's really not. I mean, it's really not, because I actually lost money doing Screaming Sam. You know what I mean? I made money back in the day when I had tow truck business, pizza shops, restaurants, a tanning salon, a bar, a vending business. This is all one time. I mean, I had it all. Body shop, used car lot. I had everything before I moved to Florida and tried to chase this career. And a lot of people didn't like what I did back in the day. And comedians hated me. They really did. They hated me, because they're like, oh, you do his jokes. Yeah. Well, let me see you go do a tribute fucking show of somebody and fuck up. Because I couldn't fuck up. I had to be precise. I had to do exactly what Sam Kinison did. Sure. It was harder than if I wrote my own jokes. Like, I'm writing my own jokes now. I go on stage right now and do it properly. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because I don't have to worry about who I am. And that's why I'm like people say I shouldn't shed my beard, because I already did that with the Screaming Sam thing. And that's fine. I mean, I'm still a funny motherfucker. I still have all the history behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we could play.
You have the blessing of the Kinison family too. How many people have that?
Right.
That's the biggest thing right there. So
there's times that Bill kept calling me Sam and not even meaning to, because you see when we're on interviews, he calls me John. But when he's with me, he calls me Sam, because he says it's fucking scary. That's him. That's coming from Bill Kinison.
Yeah.
And he sponsored me 100%. Like I said, we went to Sturgis together. We hung out together. I drove to Vegas with them. We got drunk in Vegas. We started calling people on the phone and fucking with them, saying I was with Bill Kinison and people that were big fans of Sam.
Yeah.
We had a blast. And I can't say nothing bad about my life, because it was a beautiful thing, man. So and would I do it again? Yes.
So what? Yeah, I'm just going to ask you about that, because I'm just like, so say if the roles were different, and say if Sam didn't die when he did, if he lived to be an old man or whatever, do you think you still would have done some type of tribute to him when you had a chance or whatever, or will you just not have, since he's still alive and everything?
That's a good question, because I don't know. I mean, the things I get now is they think they don't even know he's dead. Half of the people don't know Sam Kinison's dead. He died in 1992. So like a guy was at the shop the other day, and I was telling him what I did, you know, Screaming Sam. He says, "What? Where's he living now? What's that Sam Kinison doing now?" And I went, "Well, he's been dead." He goes, "Really? How long?" I said, "Since 1992." He goes, "Holy shit!" And then they think he died of overdose. They think he died of this. We'll never think he died of a car wreck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, but that happened to me all the time. Like down in Florida, when I had a U-Haul business, a lady dropped off a U-Haul trailer, and she goes, "You know, I went to all your shows back in the day." And I was sitting there, and I don't know, because my name by U-Haul was Screaming Sam Inc.
Okay.
And she's telling me this, and I'm going, I've been to New York before and did comedy. I said, "I'm not who you think you are." She goes, "Oh, you're that guy, Sam Kinison, right?" And I went, "I'm not Sam Kinison." She goes, "You got to be kidding me." I said, "No, lady, he's been dead since 1992. And she was like freaking out. She goes, "You look exactly like him." I mean, that's what people did. My wife's been with me. Bill's been with me. When people walk up to me, "I'm your biggest fan. Can I have your autograph? Can I have a picture with you?" Sometimes now I just do it. I don't. Well, now I don't. But if I shave my beard off, I still look like Sam. I mean, you get that. You know what I mean? A little bit. But you have to understand, Sam wouldn't be young all his life. I can't look like Sam when he back in the day now, unless I dyed my fucking hair, shaved the beard.
And you got to remember, he was in his 30s.
Sorry
at
about
the
going
time.
off.
But he was in his 30s at the time, at my age, you know, pretty much when he died, or around there anyway.
Yep.
So, yeah. I mean,
but to have the memories I have, I can't beat it, man. I can answer any questions people have to ask, and you know, some of my best gigs were at the little bars, fucking biker bars, fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking my buddy Vince, when you meet him, Wild Man Vince, and you'll understand why we call him Wild Man. He gets kicked out of everything. I mean, he tries his hardest to get kicked out of things.
So he just don't give a fuck
like that back in the day. Do you know that?
No, I didn't. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, Sam used to tell Bill, "Let's see how many people I can make leave tonight." You know what I mean? And Bill would be like, you know, when they're doing these lower gigs, and Bill's like, "God, why do you want to do that?" And he would do shit to piss people off, so they left. That's the truth, dude. I mean, Bill will tell you some stories. I mean, me and Bill told me a lot of stories, which sometimes I'd rather him say them than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it is. I had fun doing this shit. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you another thing, dude. Being Screaming Sam took away from being fat.
Oh.
When I stopped doing Screaming Sam and I started going up here, everyone called me fat ass again. But with Sam Kinison, everyone's going, "You look just like that comedian Sam, and you look exactly like him." But no one ever cut me down about being fat back then. Now I'm a fat old piece of shit.
But Sam was kind of heavy too, though. I mean, he was not like he was a skinny guy. I mean, he was when he was young, but like he gained weight. Yeah.
No, when I was back in the day when I did him, they said he was 300 pounds at his max.
So you're more
I
than
was
that,
exactly 300 pounds when I did him.
Okay.
And his one comedian friend used to look at me and go, and you know, and we all know him, Schubert.
Yeah.
What's his name? Yeah, his name's Schubert, right? What the fuck's his name? Something Schubert. Anyway, Jimmy Schubert. Jimmy Schubert used to tell me, he says, "You even got that motherfucker's fingers," you know what I mean? His chubby fingers. Like they used to be, Carlo Bove and I were friends. You know, Carlo Bove used to borrow my cars when he come to Florida, stay with me, hang out with us, play the guitar for me, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And he was a fun guy, but we had our like when I met Bill, Carl pushed away from me, and that's all right, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, I used to lend Carl money, I never got back. And I ain't saying that because he's not here, but I lent him money for wardrobes, and I helped buy it here and there when I had it.
Sure.
So I mean, I did it all for Carl. For him to like push me to the curb because of Bill was wrong.
Yeah, so, that's crazy.
Because I'd rather be with Bill.
But it seemed like in a way, like you kind of lived Sam's second half of life, kind of in a way, as Sam was older. Like what Sam would be like if he was if he lived to be an older guy. That's not anything against you or anything. It's just you happen to be at the right age when this all stuff started to happen, and then it's like all of a sudden he's reborn again, but this is now his second half of life, and you get another chance, so to speak. But through you, like his spirit went through you, and now this is what we get, and let's see what happens.
Just think about
you had a
crawling
good
out
run.
of a fucking grave.
Well, I mean, you know.
Hey, didn't get time to shave.
Sorry, I was just getting the blowjob.
Yeah. The lady next to me in the tomb was ready to give me a hand job, and you motherfuckers had to call me.
Yeah, that or I was giving motorcycle ride, or what was that? Not motorcycle rides, mustache rides. Whatever.
These are my flavor favorites.
Oh, Jesus.
I put it in there. Rub it in, baby.
That's right. I can't believe it was not butter.
Yeah. Remember, folks, when you look at pussy, don't look pussy like this. It's like you're painting a fence, motherfuckers.
Yeah, wax on, wax off.
Do what Dan would do. Lick the alphabet.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I seriously believe that Mr. Miyagi teaching Ralph Macchio to wax on and wax off was a way about talking about masturbation. You know? And a karate movie, you know, I just find it hilarious. You know, nowadays, go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Nowadays, they have a game that used to be called beanbag toss, and now we're calling it cornhole, you know, and little kids and families get together, get cornholed, and every time I hear the name, I laugh, you know, because I was like, cornhole. Fuck? Yeah.
What do they call horseshoes now? Horse dick? Get this you on a dick?
I mean, what is the Peacock app? You know, HBO removed the HBO Max removed the HBO out of the Max. Is Peacock is going to remove the P out of the cock and just call it cock or whatever? It's like, I don't know. It's like cornhole. It just doesn't. I don't get it. You know, it's like
that is the worst fucking name ever, dude. That's the worst name ever.
And then it's family. It's a family game. The family, little kids, but little Johnny, you want to play cornhole?
Let's go. Listen, son, go set up the cornhole over there. Get your cornholes set up, and let me put my bag in it in your hole.
I mean,
it's not going to hurt you. I won't hurt you.
there are people that literally just have tournaments, like for fundraisers and stuff, you know, about nothing but cornhole. They get all the neighbors and kids and everybody involved in church and all that stuff and fundraisers. We're going to do a cornhole tournament all day long, dude. I just laugh and laugh because, God damn it, you know. And if I can't be a little gross about that, it's like people just try to get offended by that type of stuff. But I laugh and laugh and laugh, and I'm just like,
they started it.
Yeah, I discovered that in South Dakota. My aunt and uncle were like they talked about this cornhole game, and I was like, "What are you talking about, cornhole?" And they showed me what it was. It's like that beanbag toss.
Yeah, what was wrong with beanbag? What was wrong with that?
Because the bags are not filled with beans anymore; they're filled with corn.
Right.
You know,
what's the fucking difference? What's the difference?
You want to put the corn in the hole, I guess. So
right.
Hence cornhole.
I know when corn comes out of the hole, it's you can still put it back in the bean bag.
I'm sorry, it's a random thought. I mean, I just, you know, I don't get it half the time.
It's true though, right? It's true.
Oh, yeah.
What they're saying.
Oh yeah.
We only tell it like it is on Renegade Radio, folks.
That's right. That's right. I hope you guys enjoyed today's longer episode. We were supposed to have Anthony on here, Sam's brother, but maybe we'll get him next week and we'll have a more jam-packed episode for Labor Day weekend because we will have an actual guest we'll have. And if your brother does come on, he'll just be part of the panel as well as Wild Man and Waterboy and all these guys. Because I think I would like these guys to be more on a weekly panel than just like a person that just comes in once in a while. I understand that you're busy and stuff. That's why we try to get a team together like what you had back in the day. And even what I had back in the day too, I had a little team sometimes. But like, you know, just in case of, you know, things happen or whatever. Not that everybody would just like replace us or whatever. It just said more or the more the merrier, you know. Then we all can laugh about cornhole and everything together.
I want to thank everybody that come on and participated with us on the internet. And remember, I have to bring this up. My buddy, my best friend, Bill Kinnison, he does a gospel on every Sunday at 12 my time. So it's 1 o'clock my time. So it's 12 o'clock your time, Central. It's called According to Kinnison. Download it, like it.
I think it's the gospel according to Kinnison.
Gospel according to Kinnison. What did I say?
According to Kinnison.
No, the gospel according to Kinnison. And Bill Kinnison's number one. That's the only preacher I will listen to because he won't bullshit you. He tells it like it is. And his lovely wife, Sherry, runs the camera. And if you go on, tell him, hi, Bill. And, you know what I mean? And Sherry will let him know that you're there. And
Bill has a good speaking voice, too. Just like all the citizens do. I mean, it's like when he tells you a story or when he tells you something, you believe it because he's convincing you that this is what we need to talk about. And I would never, you know, even though we've never met, but I've talked to him before on interviews and stuff, I would never not believe anything that Bill would say because he's not going to just like convince you, and he's not going to hate on you if you don't believe what he's telling you. Like some preachers do, they just like, well, if you don't like my faith, well, go somewhere else. Well, you know, this is like an open dominion and whatever, you know, anybody can participate type of deal. You know, that's what it is. It's like come as you are. No need to dress up at all. You know,
right.
So
another thing is, Bill won't tell you that Jesus said this, God did this, Jesus said this. It's according to Kinnison when he tells you. He ain't gonna lie to you. He tells you how he feels about it. He's been doing preaching for all his life. His dad was a preacher. His whole family were preachers. You know, his brother had a miracle, which I don't know if you ever heard the story about his brother, but we'll let Bill tell that story about his brother. And because we've been on, I can't believe we've been on here this long.
Well, we were. Hey, I mean, an hour and a half to about 2 hours is what I figure for the normal show. For like when we get more people on here, because then it's like, you know, we'll be like, you know, talking to each other, but like everybody will have a turn to say what they want, and then whatever we'll rotate, you know, so to speak. You know, everybody will have segments and stuff. So I appreciate everything. I mean, this was fun, and we got to get to know Sam a little bit more. Maybe soon we'll talk about my life a little bit. If anybody cares about to hear that a little.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, dude.
That's okay. That's all right.
We could have done that today.
Well, everybody gets a turn, you know.
Okay.
I'm happy to hear stuff that you've never told me, because some of the stuff you've never told me before. Right. So even in interviews. So. And
I got many more for many days.
Yeah,
so
that's
we're not going to run out.
We're not going to run out of toilet paper.
1998 is how long?
That's
a long time.
That's a long. Yeah, it was like 26 years.
Yeah, so I got 26 years. I only touched the sphincter a little bit.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Renegade Radio. I'm Frankie Slauson, and along with Screaming Sam. And next week we'll have musician Brad Wilson. So he's from California. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you later, everybody.
Okay, brother. See you, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye, Sam. Bye.